Oh, man.
All right. Listen, Germany will end oil imports from Russia. This might be our last Russia story. Thank you, Siddhartha. Germany will end oil imports from Russia by year end, says minister. Oh, my goodness. This is a big deal. This is a very big deal. Because they're a huge customer for Russia, and it was a big topic of conversation. Shout out Jesse. Jesse's still trying to get a hold of you, Will. And he's giving us mega super chats.
Oh.
This was the topic of conversation. People were saying, well, Germany, you got to be energy independent or more energy independent, or you got to find other sources for this because you're so reliant. They got the pipeline going there.
Yeah, it's no good.
Germany, along with the rest of the European Union, has faced mounting pressure to reduce its dependence on Russian oil and gas amid Russia's war in Ukraine. I therefore say here clearly and unequivocally, yes, Germany is also completely phasing out Russian energy imports. Wow. Shout out, Gary. We will have oil by the summer and we will be at zero by the end of the year, and then gas will follow in a joint European roadmap because our joint exit, the complete exit of the European Union, is our common strength. Well, yeah, they can all come together and say, I don't buy, you don't buy.
Yeah.
It's like a union. I don't work, you don't work. I don't buy, you don't buy. Shout out, Gabriel. Really appreciate it. As long as Russia can sell Europe energy, it maintains a cash reserve to prop up its currency and fund a war. Well, at a certain point, that's what it comes down to. Certain point, war is expensive. I mean, it's expensive off the bat, but then it starts to get even more expensive as it goes on. Reason for that is because you're getting this increase. Well, you have the actual financial expenditure, but then also the expenditure on the public who's forced to sort of sustain this thing and ask new questions and say, is this really worth it?
Yeah. Continue making sacrifices.
We're not getting whatever the promised results might happen to be, like wars that go on. Russia is the bloc's largest oil supplier, so the phased embargo is intended to give European countries time to find other suppliers. However, a ban on Russian gas remains off the table due to how crucial it is for important members of the bloc, notably Germany. It's so crazy, this scenario, isn't it? You have all these sanctions and political behaviors that are sending this very strong message and signal. We denounce this action.
Right.
This invasion of Ukraine. We denounce. We're going to need that oil, though.
Right.
We're going to need a little bit more oil, though. It's talking out two sides of your mouth.
Yeah.
It will be, I can't stand coming to this store. I hate the way you treat your employees. I hate the way you treat your customers. I'm going to need a donut, though.
Can I get a double-double?
Before I leave. Nice donuts you got.
Well, you can kind of see how deep the ties are. You know, can't just like make a sanction and then think everything is like blocked off.
Especially if that's the only store that has donuts and you need donuts.
Yeah.
Shout out
Good analogy.
Christine.
Yeah.
No, listen, well, I mean, donuts is actually a bad one because anybody can make donuts. You can't just get a pipeline overnight. Buying these things is complicated, difficult, and it's not like there's an abundance of options. I mean, there are options, but it's work. And so they got to figure something out. So they're going to need a little bit of time, but at least in the meantime, they can come out and say, our plan is to exit this thing, to apply pressure in the meantime. But it is confusing that they're still buying the product while denouncing everything else about the country.
Right, yeah.
Shout out Siddhartha. I'm also glad to see Will in a hoodie again. It was very uncomfortable what he was trying to pull off the other day.
Yeah.
His t-shirt.
It was offensive.
It was super uncomfortable.
I got a ticket.